I tried to do an unboxing. I don't know how you guys do it, because I guess you have to have a tripod or something set up and then know where it's going to shoot. I guess I'm going to have to get something like that. I don't care. I don't know if anybody even cares to look at the videos anyway. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care if they see them or not. Anyway, I couldn't do the unboxing because I can't unbox and get electrical tape off. Not really a fan of electrical tape everywhere, but it secured it, so I guess that's the most important thing. But I was tearing at it and couldn't get it, trying to cut it, rip it, shred it with the razor knife while holding the phone, and that just didn't work for me. Anyway, it came with a piece of crap bar. It's called a power crap bar, and holes been cut in it to make it fit. I wouldn't use it. The muffler's been tied on with wire and shoved full of some kind of steel wool, it looks like, of some kind. And at one point it looks like they tried to drill it. Not a big deal. I got ones of those. There's a real small crack in the front of this clutch cover. I have an extra one of those. I made a video. I started this. I poured some gas on the carburetor, started it, ran good. I made a video the other day, and I claimed I bought this saw so I could put this kit on it. This 104 ignition kit, or not this. I was going to see what this ignition looked like under here, so I could put the ignition, that electronic ignition, on my other 104. But I didn't get underneath of this yet to see what it looked like. It took me, it was a bear to get these 4 screws off the starter cover. They were glued on, and apparently so is the handles glued on. I'll probably need to get a new handle because this inside, or glue this, has gone separate from there. But all in all, it was worth the money I paid for it, so I'm not unhappy, and it does run. But it says solid state ignition, so until I get up underneath the flywheel and see if it's been converted or not, I'm hoping it hasn't been, because I've already got one that has been converted, and I bought the entire ignition electronic module and starter switch, blah blah blah. So I won't know until I take this off, but I do have one complete setup for 104, and if I have to, I'll buy another electronic ignition setup. Looks like there's 2 vanes missing off the cover. I actually think I have another one of those from a 102 that'll fit. The real question on most of these saws I've got left is that I'm going to have to just find somebody else besides who we usually get decals for, because, if you have an XL-12 or Super XL or 330 or quite a few of them, quite a few of the saws they got decals for, but I've got most of those restored, so you're not going to see a Super XL 902 decal set. You might get a 923, 924. I don't think you'll get a Super XL 922, or an 870 you won't get. You might get an 850. You won't get an XL 902. You'll get a 903, but you won't get a 904. You can get a 500. You can get a 944, but you can't get 955. You get a 400. You can get the Super XLs and the XL automatics. You can't get any of these Terry saws. I don't think there's any of these Terry saws that there's decals for. There's not. I had a guy custom make a set of decals for the 102 that I've got restored. It was $65, and I paid it. And I don't care if it's $65. I just want somebody to be able to say that they'll make it, and not take my money and take my other measurements and then ghost me. which is, I think, pretty crappy. Is one reason why I'm not on Facebook, except to sell. Because no matter who they say they are, you really don't know in the end who they are. And it's happened to me from two guys that I thought were real honest guys who have good reputations. But when they take something of mine and they don't return it, I'm not going to whine and cry about it. I'm just going to leave and go take my ball and go home. I don't need them. They need me. So if they don't want to make them and they don't want to make money or whatever, then I'll just go down the road. Yeah, there's my other XL-104. So I've got two of those. And that'll be electronic ignition. The XL-103 is a points ignition. The 113 is a points ignition. And the 114 is a electronic ignition. And they called it a pulsar. So I don't have the 122, which I'd like to have. But like I said, I've gathered up all these saws, and I'm down to the point where, you know, here's another one, XL-701 AM, no decals. Super XL-67, no decals. Anyway, I'm just running out of ways to restore saws without decals, and I know that I'm not the only one. I'm just on a rant about it, I guess.